Alright, you guys see the title. This is probably the biggest movie of the year for me. I feel like I don't really have to say much. We've made plenty of Five Nights at Freddy's videos here on this channel, and I'll keep saying it. Day one fan. I've been here since the start, bro. And last weekend I saw it opening day. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 came out. And I mean, you guys see the title. We're here to review it. We're here to talk about it. This will not be a spoiler-free review. I imagine if you're a diehard fan, you probably saw that shit opening weekend as well. Yeah, we're jumping into spoilers. We're talking about everything. We're ripping the band-aid off. We're gonna go into everything. Before I start, just take a second to look at my t-shirt, okay? My very good friend that I've known for a long time, he's in a band, Bueller. Go follow them, go support them, go listen to their music ASAP. No Rocky. This is exclusive merch, bro, so you can't cop the Pug t-shirt. You guys can tune in when there's another merch drop. Yeah, one more thing before we get into the review. Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! It even lights up. I finally got a goddamn popcorn bucket. I have gone to movie theaters so much, and every time I go, they either have the lame-ass ones no one wants, or they always run out of popcorn buckets, bro. And I finally got one. Finally. Finally! And it's cool, too. See it? It opens. I mean, you can see Freddy bobbling, and bro lights up. Like, what more do you want? Yeah, we gotta get into this movie. I'm gonna just come out and say it. I liked it more than the first movie. The first movie, I thought it was good, but I don't know. I just feel like maybe it just didn't really hit, like, for me on like a crazy level. I still enjoyed it, and I was still super happy and everything that it came out, but I wasn't like amazed or blown away. This movie, however, they cooked absolute cinema. I feel like they took so much that the fans were asking for and so many complaints from the first movie, and they're like, all right, bet, we got you. It's scarier. They try to push the PG-13 rating a pretty good amount. They just cook, bro. Like, before I dive into all of like the Easter eggs and things I loved about it, I will say some negatives, because I mean, no movie's perfect, and especially if you grade these movies on like objectively compared to some Martin Scorsese, freaking Quentin Tarantino shit, bro. Obviously, it's not really gonna compare. The dialogue / like writing isn't that great, and the actors don't really do that great of a job. They do a passable enough job, but in a movie like this, to me, I don't really care. I'll say the same thing for like a Godzilla monster movie. You know, you're not really there for the human characters anyway, so them not really putting that much effort or being that great doesn't really bother me that much. In Five Nights at Freddy's anyway, there's no really compelling human characters except for William Afton, really. I mean, Henry Emily, played by Skeet Ulrich, he does a great job. I would say him and Matthew Lillard probably put the greatest performances in the movie, and those are probably the ones that need to be. Also, if you're going into this movie hoping for more Matthew Lillard or a lot of Skeet Ulrich, you won't get it. I think they're being set up for something more. I mean, obviously, Springtrap isn't even in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 anyway. He's only in like the mini games, so you still get him in flashbacks and dream sequences. So, and the moments with him are impactful. He's really doing a great job of portraying this character. And I mean, Skeet Ulrich only really has one scene, but in that scene, he's great. He has a great job, and I can't wait to see what they do with his character moving forward and what he's able to bring to Henry Emily. We need to get the pizzeria simulator speech, bro.
Connection terminated. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth, if you still even remember that name, but I'm afraid you've been misinformed.
If we don't get that in live action, that's such a big missed opportunity, because that's one of the best moments in the entire franchise. That's where a lot of people think that the story ended for them. Another complaint that I have is that the ending felt very abrupt. It kind of like the final battle, which we'll get into in a second, but the final battle, whatever, ends, and then the movie, they walk away and the movie's like over. It's just like, I don't know. Other than we also see Vanessa get possessed by the puppet, which we'll also get into, but that happens and that's it. It just ends, which, I mean, where else do you really go from there? I don't know, but in the flow of how a movie works, it's just kind of weird. Like, imagine the Avengers beat Thanos, right? They snap their fingers, Tony Stark dies, and then the movie just cuts off. Like, that's it's just kind of weird, I guess. When we left the movie and me and my girlfriend were talking about the movie, she was saying that it's annoying that Mike is mad at Vanessa. Bro, Mike has every right to not trust Vanessa or be mad at her, bro. There is so much shit that she does not tell him. The first movie alone, already a lot of shit that she didn't tell him. This movie comes around, oh yeah, I have a secret brother. Oh yeah, there was another location. Oh yeah, all these other people that killed, I didn't tell you about it. And like, bro, it's like, oh my god, can you tell me anything? It was just like annoying, bro. Like, can you just sit Mike down and just tell him everything, please? Another complaint really is just, how does no one in this town know that there's another abandoned Freddy's location? Like, everyone's so surprised that there's another one, like, right down the street. Like, bro, do y'all not live here? And then the final battle that I was talking about, they literally recreate the SFM animation final battle, bro. The OG animatronics fight the toy animatronics, bro. I'm not even kidding. And it's peak. I can't lie, bro. Like, that's another thing. Like, if you're not a fan of these movies, or you look at it objectively, you're gonna be like, bro, what the fuck is this? And I mean, I'm kind of like that too. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But I don't really care. I love it. I think it's freaking fire. They were cooking. Scott and Blumhouse were cooking. Blumhouse has been on a roll recently. Black Phone 2 was peak, and now this is peak 2. It literally felt like the portal scene from Endgame. That's literally what it is. Like, an animatronic will come, and then they'll like pause on the animatronic for like a second or two for people to cheer. Like, it's hilarious, but it's awesome. There's a reason why you should be cheering for these animatronics, because they look phenomenal. The money, I'm so glad. I mean, obviously there's some CGI like scenes, like when Mangle is like on top of the car, or when she got flown off the car. Like, duh, you gotta use CGI for that. But I'm so glad that they made these things real, because they look amazing. Like, I wish I could go into the movie and just like hug them or something. Like, they're like real tangible things, and that's like unbelievable. Vanessa gets possessed at the end, like I said earlier. I'm wondering if they're gonna do a twist on that Vanny arc, if you will. I mean, I'm guessing that's where they're going. I also thought it was very interesting that the marionette is just like hopping from body to body. When I saw that, I was like, bro, whoa. We've never seen bro do this before. Obviously, we've seen these souls possess the animatronics, and we've seen the puppet go into other animatronics, but just hopping bodies like this, the only time we've ever seen animatronics hop bodies, I think, is Ennard, right? I don't hate it, I don't dislike it, it doesn't bother me. I just think it's very interesting, and it makes me wonder what other little things they might change, or where they could go with that. Because, I mean, the puppet is going to be around. They're not going to kill off the puppet, right? The puppet is one of the most important characters in this story. And Vanessa also has this very specific dream that had me hyped as hell. She's in a dream running from her dad, and she goes into like his little like workroom or something, I guess. She goes like behind covers, and behind that cover is Circus Baby. Yes, that had my mind blown, bro. I mean, obviously, if we're going off of the games, Sister Location is built under his house, right? So obviously, duh, they would be there. But it was just so shocking to see her already, when Sister Location is like, the 5th game in the series. So shocking to see her, but not only see her, but her eyes are green already. So that opens up a whole other can of worms. In this movie, we find out, I also had a brother I didn't tell you about, Michael Afton. He's already evil, mind you. And we see her eyes are green, so who is possessing her? So did the events of Sister Location already happen? Because Elizabeth would need to exist. We haven't seen or heard of her yet. Elizabeth would need to exist and be possessing Baby already. Ennard would already need to be inside of Michael. But also, if he is inside of Michael, why isn't Michael purple yet? And then if Elizabeth exists, does that mean the crying child also exists? Or Evan, or whatever his name is? Does he also exist and we just don't know about him? If that's the case, I think it's very interesting, but it also kind of bothers me, because you have Michael Afton, Elizabeth, and Crying Child as siblings that you still have not told us, and are you just gonna keep telling us every time we find a new sibling? Oh yeah, I had another sibling I didn't tell you about. Or are we just gonna keep finding out that you had like secret siblings, bro? Because I feel like people are gonna get tired of that. I think I'm gonna get tired of that if I just keep finding out from Vanessa, oh yeah, I had another sibling. Like, dude, Come on, get it together. The inclusion of Michael Afton was shocking. It was pretty cool, but the actor is kind of goofy looking, I'm not gonna lie. He looks like comically evil. If he is meant to be good at some point, I can't picture him being good because he just looks like he's supposed to be evil. And then now we got to go through some Easter eggs because I caught a lot. The beginning, oh, dang, I didn't even talk about this. The beginning part of the movie where we see Charlotte turn into the puppet is awesome. It was emotional. We see Spring Bonnie. That whole scene is just great. But in that first scene, there's a line of arcade machines. There's an arcade machine for candies. There's an arcade machine for Pop Goes, and there's an arcade machine for FNAF World. Like, dude, holy references, bro. What a great Easter egg. Does that mean that candies and whatever those games are canon in this universe, or are they just properties owned under Fazbear? Or, like, do they have their own locations? Like, these are all little things to think about, bro. Even if they never come to fruition or whatever, things to think about. Imagine, bro, that'll probably never happen, but imagine in a Candies movie, bro. That'll be fire. We got another Corey cameo, which was great. In the taxi, Toy Chica hops in the taxi with him, and she has her beak off. That was cool. We still, bro, I mean, I get why he's not in the movie because, you know, he's filming his own movie. But Markiplier, we need a Markiplier cameo in the third movie. Please, Mark. Please, bro. We love you. We just want you in these movies. There was another scene that it's like a blink if you miss it scene. And, bro, Shadow Bonnie. Freaking RWQ, WX, Y, and Z, bro. Whatever his name is. That was so cool. There was no Shadow Freddy, at least to my eyes. I've seen some people say that they saw him, but I didn't see him. But bro, Shadow Bonnie, that was so fire. There was also no Golden Freddy, at least to my where I didn't see him anywhere. That kid that he was talking to at the end, like the ghost kid, after the final battle when the animatronics were like dying, I thought that kid was Freddy's spirit. But I guess I can't remember. But that might have been Golden Freddy's spirit. I didn't see Golden Freddy the animatronic anywhere. I mean, Golden Freddy's in the second game still, so it was just kind of weird not to see him at the pizzeria at all. We didn't get any JJ either. No JJ reference. We got Balloon Boy. He got clapped in like 5 seconds, bro. Didn't even take any AA batteries. Those succulent AA batteries.
I don't really care if he's Freddy. I'm just trying to get my hands on his sweet, succulent AA batteries.
And the end credit scene was fire. We found one. A real one in live action. That was awesome. These guys are coming to the FNAF 2 location because they're just like trying to steal shit, I guess, to like resell, because they say that the place is getting knocked down. So they go into that room and they find him, and it's a great scene. I'm so excited to see Springtrap in live action, bro. He's been my favorite animatronic since day one. Also, maybe we'll get it in a flashback or something, but wasn't the second location, like FNAF 2, like that pizzeria, wasn't that the pizzeria that the Bite of 87 took place at?
Was that the Bite of 87? Was that the Bite of 87? Was that the Bite of 87?
The Bite of 83 was Fredbear, right? Where he killed Crying Child. I'm pretty sure the Bite of 87 took place at the FNAF 2 location, and we never see that. The Bite of 87 has been the biggest thing in this franchise, and we don't get the Bite of 87 in live action, bro. Come on.
Was that the Bite of 87?
When I like realized that, I was like, bro, are you serious? Like that's a missed opportunity, bro. I was a little bummed out. Megan Fox does a good job voicing Toy Chica. I mean, if you were to ask me what Toy Chica would sound like, it would sound like that. So she did a good job. And MatPat, you know, Toy Bonnie doesn't really get that many voice lines, and he doesn't sound like MatPat at all. That's not really a problem. I mean, voice actors are supposed to have vocal range, and I guess MatPat has that. Yeah, but it didn't bother me. He didn't sound like him. I was expecting just for him to sound like exactly like MatPat, and then it was like jarring to hear that he didn't. I really like the way that the story is being told. It reminds me a lot of Saw. If you've seen the Saw movies, I've seen all of them. It feels very like episodic. Like it's just one after another, and the story, it's a very linear story. They just pick up one after another. I really like that. It's very contained, like with these characters, and there's flashbacks, and like things you learn in one movie that have payoffs in another movie. And I really like that approach to it. I really hope they keep that up. But yeah, that's enough blabbering. I really like this movie. If I were to give it a rating out of 5, I'd give it a 4. I think I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Very enjoyable, very fun. A great Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I think it's better than the first one. There were some little issues I had here and there. It was great, you know. It was good. Very happy with it. You guys let me know what you thought about the movie. I want to have a conversation about it. I want to hear all you guys' theories. I want to hear any references you guys caught that I didn't. I want to know how you felt about the movie. If you didn't like it, your ratings, what you didn't like about my rating, or just anything. I want to know everything in the comments, so let me know. Yeah.